So what are you going to be for Halloween? That is the question kids are asking every day at school and at home, but choosing the right costume needs to be a safe costume. And joining us now to discuss how to keep your kids safe this Halloween is pediatrician Rachel Plotnick. Thank you very much for coming in.
Sure.
So we were just talking right before this about the #1 concern. I mean, it's pretty bad statistics here for Halloween night. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It can be quite scary.
And it's mainly kids, what, stepping out?
Yes. It's motor vehicle crashes, kids being hit as pedestrians. They are twice as likely to be hit on Halloween than any other night of the year.
And that's the one, and in particular, though, it kind of ties in with kids are excited, obviously, about going from house to house, running out in the traffic. And if you have multiple kids with you, it's hard to keep your hand on each one of them.
Exactly.
Then also, what about costume safety? Is there something?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're dressing in these fancy gowns. My kids are so excited to get on, these princess dresses.
Yes,
and
I have one of those,
yes, which costumes. The problem is they tend to trip on them, and they're wearing those fancy shoes, and they might be wearing a mask that's covering their eyes. So we really want to look preemptively at the costume and say, what can we do to make this costume safer? Do we need to hem it? Do we need to use face paint instead of a mask? All those things, thinking about reflective tape. Those glow sticks are awesome. Flashlights, even better. All those things to make your child more visible.
Now, what about the candy? The #1 thing that parents have to worry about when it comes to candy. I mean, I know you always hear about the things hidden in candy, but really that's...
It's very, very rare, luckily. People aren't doing that. I hope that continues.
But what do you see, though, as the #1
We
thing?
see kids eating things that they're not used to eating, and we have to worry about allergies. So we still ask parents to look at the candy. Is this candy going to be a choking hazard? If your child hasn't had a whole nut before, this isn't the time on Halloween night to give it to them.
Otherwise, they'll come see you.
Yes, right? Exactly.
And then what? The treatment for it is?
Well, if their anaphylaxis is serious, we get out that EpiPen.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, after the break, Dr. Rachel Plotnick will be back to take your calls about quick tips on getting your trick or treaters safe. If you have a question, our phone lines are open now at 410-481-4545. You can send us a tweet at Fox Baltimore or go through our Facebook page. We're back with Dr. Rachel Plotnick, a pediatrician from GBMC, taking your calls about quick tips on keeping your kids safe for Halloween and for our Take Action Thursday. And right now we want to go to the phone. London from Baltimore is on there. Do you have a question for the doctor? I don't think I'm hearing London. No, we may have lost London. So let's go to Facebook, because we have a lot of parents that are writing in on Facebook, and we'll see if we can get London back. Kia said, what time should children stop trick-or-treating? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, because visibility is a big issue, and as you get later, we worry about those cars not seeing you and not realizing there are trick-or-treaters still out.
Do you think there's like an age, at certain ages, do you recommend?
Yeah, the little kids tend to come out earlier while it's still light outside, and then, the older kids tend to come out a little bit later, but certainly after 9 o'clock, people should be turning off their lights of their houses to discourage kids from keeping on coming.
Lights are off, no more candy, right? All right. Well, Samantha wrote in and she said, is it still safe to trick or treat? I mean, with all these, we keep talking about all these fears and all the things that are wrong, but...
It's all about supervision and knowing your neighborhood and knowing your child. And of course, kids, it's Halloween. They're super excited. So even a kid that's normally very compliant and great about looking both ways may not on Halloween and still needs that close supervision you might have done a few years younger. So really, even if they're older, they need to have a parent around them. Even if they're holding back, let them go up to the door by themselves, but somebody just monitoring what's going on, having a cell phone to call in case of an emergency.
That's great. Well, let's try and get one more right here. Autumn wrote in and said, can the residents of a registered sex offender give out candy if it is not the actual sex offender handing it out, but someone else who lives in that residence?
Wow.
Wow is right. I know that you're not a police officer or you don't have law enforcement, so we'll have to look that one up. And Autumn, we will get back to you on that. I'll write you back a little bit later on. But Calvin says, what steps should I take when making sure the candy is safe? My mother always used to take my Snickers bars specifically and test those.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
She must have really liked Snickers bars. So my husband likes to take the Reese's Pieces.
The Reese's Pieces, make sure they're safe. So, what open packages?
No, I mean, I would just look at it. Does it look like a Snickers bar? I think that's enough. Luckily, people are generally giving out prepackaged snacks. They know that's what parents are looking for. So if it's a prepackaged snack, if it's something your child's not allergic to, if it doesn't contain something that's a choking hazard, by all means, let them have it. obviously in moderation. Make sure they brush their teeth afterwards. Make sure you have that candy somewhere where you can see it so you know what they're eating, that it's not hidden in their bedroom.
Oh, yes, hidden in the bedroom.
Yes.
That's right. And then the tummy aches a little bit
And
later
then the
on.
cavities a little bit later.
Yes. All right, never mind. Okay, moving on. I'm excited, though, that the kids get to go out and get the
Oh,
food
yeah.
so that I get this, too.
Trick-or-treating, it's part of life. Come on.
Well, thank you very much for coming in today.
Okay.
Dr. Rachel Plotnick right here. Okay, coming up in our